Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A solo edition. So I don't have the rest of my panelists joining me. You know, it's like a Royal Rumble, WWE settings. Normally the Q&A, the regular Q&As where you don't know whose music's gonna hit and who's gonna come running down the ramp. But Chelsea take on Tottenham Hotspur later on today in a London derby. So we'll be discussing that. Gabriel for Arsenal is also out, not just of the Real Madrid tie, but out for the season, which is a humongous blow for Arsenal. And they already had a slim to none chance against Real Madrid in that Champions League tie. Now it's less than slim. It is much less than slim. So get your questions in. It don't have to be about Chelsea taking on Tottenham. Don't have to be about Gabriel's injury. It may be something else. It might be Manchester United related. Maybe it's Liverpool related with them getting past Everton in the Merseyside derby yesterday. Maybe it's the El Clasico Copa del Rey final coming up with both Real Madrid and Barcelona getting through couple days ago and yesterday respectively, people. So like I said, get your questions in. If you're a member of the channel, your question takes priority like a super chat as well. So I'll start your question and I get to it. And of course, if you're kind enough to super chat, I'll get to it as well, because I know with all the shows that I'll be doing on here, I don't always manage to get to your questions because I've got my co-hosts on, etc., etc. But as always, big up to everyone supporting Sarcasm City TV. But when you enter the city, make sure you pay the tax, people. All I need you to do is hit the like button. Whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back after the live, all I need you to do is hit that like button expeditiously, people. Make sure you share this out across all the socials as well, at That's Me Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV. And just as important, make sure you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV, hit that notification bell. Big up to everyone listening back on all the audio platforms as well, Spotify, iTunes, etc. Or anyone watching the video back on Spotify. But let's see what you lot are saying in the chat. Big up to Warrior J in the cut already. Big up Steve. Big up AJB as well. Big up to you all in the chat, man. Nothing but love. Let's see what the breaking news is. I mentioned this in the intro. Gabriel Magalhaes will be out until the end of next season. Gabriel requires surgery on his hamstring injury and will be out until the start of next season. Gabriel will undergo a surgical repair procedure to his hamstring in the coming days. The Brazilian defender will immediately begin his recovery and rehabilitation program with the aim to be ready for the start of next season. Like I said, that's a huge blow for Arsenal. They already had more than an uphill battle. That was more than David versus Goliath against Real Madrid. And the one thing Arsenal did have in their favor, all biased aside, was their defense. Because defensively, they are a very, very good team. With Gabriel, with Saliba, with Rayo, Ben White, Timber, etc., etc. You can put Skelly in that mix, of course, with Rice and Partey in the midfield as well. Gabriel, they have no one who can replace him to his level. That is a huge blow for them. And if you're Real Madrid, you're like, all right, that tie just got significantly easier on paper. But hey, Arsenal can hold that, man. Arsenal can hold that. Big up to AJB says, question, Flawless, with Gabriel out for the season and want Saka shut down too, not to risk him becoming injury prone. Thoughts on that, please? Makes sense. You only want him back if he's fully fit and fully ready, because the last thing you want is Saka then getting injured, and then he's in a race to get ready for the start of next season. And then you're missing both Gabriel and Saka, who are two key players for Arsenal. Because it's surely win or bust next season for Arteta. He has to win the Premier League or Champions League or resold. However, I think in the fans' eyes, that's the mix. But I don't believe the board think like that. I don't think the board believe like that. But that's just me. What's this on Lunin? Lunin has suffered a soleus injury that could keep him out around for 4 weeks. He's considering taking injections to face Valencia with the risk that it could worsen the problem. Lunin played most of the Real Sociedad match whilst being injured. The tear he suffered in his soleus muscle occurred in the 50th minute. There's false optimism that Courtois will return for the game versus Arsenal. I didn't even know Courtois was injured. So Courtois is injured, Lunin's injured. Who's their third choice goalkeeper? Who is it? Who is their third choice goalkeeper? Hey, PGMOL. I don't even read this and I already know it's apologies. PGMOL acknowledged that Everton defender James Tarkowski should have been issued with a red card in their fixture with Liverpool. The challenge saw Tarkowski clearly play the ball initially. However, the nature of the follow-through met the threshold for serious foul play. The referee felt the challenge was reckless in real time, and the VAR then checked the on-field decision of a yellow card, deeming that the referee's call was not a clear and obvious error. However, the view of the PGMOL is that a review should have been recommended and ultimately the original decision overturned. Referees gonna be referees, man. How many looks at that in real time that looked like a red card? Now you're reviewing it. How do you not give that as a red card? Yes, he's won the ball like the statement stated. However, it's a red card. It is a red card, clear as day. Like, what are we talking about? And this is me who can't stand Liverpool being a Manchester United fan. But what are we talking about? It's a clear as day red card. Clear as this day behind me. And PGMOL talking about, and it's because of the language when they state it has to be a clear and obvious error by the manager. In the Premier League and in the rule book, you can't have language that is open to interpretation. Because let's say it's me, Warrior J, and AJB, we're sat on the panel reviewing a challenge in the Premier League. We all could have different opinions on said challenge. I could say, hey, that challenge isn't a foul. Warrior J could say, it's a foul and a yellow card. AJB could say, that's a foul and it's a red card. Which one of us is right? That in there lies the problem. Which one of us is right and what is clear and obvious? Because to me, that's a clear and obvious error. But you can think it's a foul, but it's not a clear and obvious error by the referee on the pitch. To me, it's blatantly clear and obvious. But someone could watch it and go, you know what? That is actually a foul. However, I don't think it's a clear and obvious error. So what is it? We need to remove that. It needs to be, there can't be no gray areas. It has to be black and white. Otherwise, you fall in the not the category, but things like this can happen. You're just making a complete mess. Making a complete remove of clear and obvious. Stop. It needs to be just what is subjective. Stop that. I know it's very tough to make things all just blanket statements, but they need to get rid of what's a clear and obvious error. Because even serious foul play, that can be subjective. Out of control, but at least there's more, that's much more strict. Like, we're much more likely to disagree on what's serious foul play or what's a reckless challenge or what's out of control. You need to add things into those. All right, well, his stud showing. But all of his studs showing. Was the challenge high? And when you say was the challenge high, was it above ankle height? That tells you need to know. Was that like that can be deemed as high? Okay, was he out of control? That's pretty obvious to see. Was the challenge above the ankle? Was the challenge unnecessarily high for where the ball was, for example? Like these things, how late was the challenge? These are things that are obvious to figure out. Obvious to figure out. Was there an unnatural movement by the player? Like, for instance, when Bruno got sent off against Spurs, that's a blatant red card because his foot was in an unnatural position. Your foot doesn't do that. There's no way. I've never seen anybody slip and their foot goes up. Never. I played football. I've slipped on a football pitch. I've seen many people slip on a football pitch making a challenge. I've never seen someone's foot go up like that. So therefore, it's a red card. But PGMOL is going to continue. And that's why the people that think the FA are going to do anything to Manchester City or they're a serious institution, I got some magic beans to tell you after the show if you think they're doing anything of note. Not fit for purpose. FA stands for fuck all. Let's be real. That's what it means. Sweet FA stands for sweet F all. Exactly what it is. They don't do anything. They're an association. They're just football. They just make sure that the football's on. They make sure Premier League matches are played, FA Cup matches are played, League Cup matches are played. That is legit. Don't do anything of note. What do they govern? What do they govern? Well, we move. Let's see what else you lot are saying in the chat as well. Question, please, Flawless. Should Arteta win nothing next season? He would be one trophy from a possible 26 and no trophy in a full 6 seasons. Is there any way he doesn't get sacked? Yeah, the reason how I think he doesn't get sacked is because I don't think your board, it's winning trophies at all costs. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's a winning trophies at all costs. I think it's a money thing. I think as long as he finishes in the top 4, which I think Arsenal will finish in the top 4 next season, and he's in Europe, and the place is full, and season tickets are sold out, and hospitality sold out, because Arsenal's an expensive place to go watch football, and the merch keeps selling. They're good. It's about lining their pockets. It's not about Arsenal being successful on the football pitch. That's secondary. Yes, they would like to. That's why I don't spend money, but it's not a be-all and end-all. So I don't, even though I think most of the fans will turn on him, I don't think they turn on him. Me and Troops was having this discussion because he was saying I think he gets sacked, but I don't think so. Big up Chinlu as well. Says they set these unclear rules so the PGMOL can't be blamed when the ref messes up. Exactly, Chinlu. They put all these gray areas in there and all of these things that are deemed to interpretation to go, well, I don't think it was that. We deemed it not a clear and obvious error. Remove clear and obvious error and actually make a decision. How about that? Actually do your job and make a decision and stop passing the buck. Yeah, no need to apologize, AJB, man. I hope you're good. Health is wealth, man. Health is wealth. Glad to hear you're doing a lot better. Don't need to apologize, but I'm glad you're here and I'm glad you're feeling better, more importantly. Big up to Prime, Ornstein and Osherman. There seems to be a consensus among Premier League clubs that Osherman's most likely destination is Saudi Arabia. That's from the Athletic. Let's hope that's wrong because I'd like to see him at Manchester United. However, if Saudi throw the bag at him, go get your bag, brother, man. Go get your bag. Which manager do you think has been overrated this season? It's been overrated this season. Let me actually look at the table. I don't think there's any manager. I think managers are criticized fairly because we're so reluctant as football fans to give praise. I don't think any manager's getting overly applauded. Not to my knowledge. I look in here, Liverpool slot fair. Arteta second. Nuno's getting his ratings. Pep's getting slated. Eddie Howe's getting his ratings. Maresca gets fairly criticized. Some Chelsea fans are Maresca out. Emery gets his ratings. Herzler, the Brighton manager, gets his ratings. Marco Silva at Fulham. Areola at Bournemouth. Thomas Frank at Brentford. The Palace manager all get their ratings. Some people are hammering him out. He's being criticized. A lot of Spurs fans. One Ange Everton as well. Moyes is getting his praise for what he's done and how he's turned them around there. Who else? West Ham, Potter. He's getting criticized, even though their players ain't good enough. And then you got the bottom four with Wolves, Ipswich, Leicester, and Southampton. I don't think anyone's overrated. Oh, yeah, anyone is. Big up Moyes. Exactly that Chinlu. Vaz is being sold at Arsenal. David Moyes and the James Tarkowski tackle. First thought it was a brilliant tackle for a derby game. A tackle we would have seen a few years ago. I understand nowadays things are slightly different with follow-throughs. We might have got a bit lucky. Don't put that with the goal because the goal was a different incident that won Liverpool the game. Yeah, he's going to defend his player. We ain't going to throw him under the bus. So I get why he's saying this. And he's right saying a few years ago, that's fine, but it was a few years ago. The game has changed. And slot on Tarkowski's challenge on McAllister. If I hear all the comments, people don't think they made the right decision. He's right. 110% he's right. I think we all know that he didn't make the right decision. And we're all fully aware. All fully aware. Oh, yeah, for you, like anyone that's in Manchester, what's the weather like? I've not been outside, but it seems like it's nice. Well, let me know. Let's see what else you lot are saying in the chat as well. Who's this Fran Gonzalez? Who is Fran Gonzalez? Is he any good? This Madrid third choice goalkeeper. Never heard of him. Is he any good? Prime says head-to-head in the Premier League. 36. What's this? What? Chelsea got 36 wins. Tottenham got 8. Aggregate score, Chelsea 120 to 63. Is there a more one-sided game? Jesus. You really just moved to them. I thought the Merseyside derby at Anfield was one-sided, but at least Everton give them a game and take points off them at Goodison. That's 36 wins to 8. Maybe us against Villa, of course, that's not a derby, but we do have a fantastic record against Aston Villa. But jeez, that's a aggregate score is 120 to 63. What is going on? Spurs got patterned up, but they're getting baptized today. Of course, the watch-along will be on the playback as well, people. Big up to Known Unknown Collective says, yo, big up incoming Chelsea W. Hey, big up to Known Unknown. First and foremost. Secondly, yeah, Chelsea are going to win. Chelsea versus Tottenham is ridiculously one-sided, but I smell a draw today. What makes you say that it's a draw today? What makes you say that? And big up for being a member as well, even though your username is crazy. Chelsea have beaten Spurs the most out of any team in Prem history. Yeah, it's crazy. Have you beaten them more than we've beaten Villa? That is mad. That is, they got a pattern up. What is going on? What is going on? Question flawless. If you don't win the Europa League, how much of a negative impact does that? How much of a negative impact does that give? What is that? You're asking, does that on Ruben's rebuild this summer? Sai asked a similar question, but he mentioned money. And I'll state the same thing again. It shouldn't have any impact. You know why? Because we should be planning now. Manchester United shouldn't wait to see what happens in the Europa League, wait to see where we finish in the league, to then go and plan and go, all right, we're looking at this player, this player, this player. No, well, we're selling this player, this player. That shouldn't be the case. It's the 3rd of April. We should be on that now. That should be being discussed now. Positions we're trying to fill in the team should be being discussed now. Targets should be not necessarily being approached, but start being identified. 3-4 targets, profiles. So, for instance, if we're going for a goalkeeper, there should be a list of 2 to 3, 4 goalkeepers on that list. Same way with central midfielders, same way with 10s, same way with strikers. And it's the exact same with outgoings as well. It's like, all right, if we're getting rid of Onana, boom, this is what we're going to do. This is the price point we're looking at. Any of the centre backs, wing backs, central midfielders, 10s, strikers, any of the players out on loan. All of these things should be in motion now. So that's why it shouldn't. If it does, I'll be pissed. The only thing it should as if we win the Europa League, okay, there's extra money, we can do a little bit extra. And it's an extra selling point. But other than that, that's it. Let's say it's an extra 20 or 30 million, for example, hypothetically, that gets made available from winning the Europa League. Okay, we can use that 20, 30 million to go get 1, 2, or 3 players, for example. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I smell a draw because Chelsea have not won 4 games straight after the March international break. Last year we drew with Burnley 2-2. Now you're going to beat Spurs. Spurs are dreadful. They ain't got a prayer. Spurs are dreadful. Also, my Rockets doing numbers this season. As I said, when you did that prediction stream in the beginning of the NBA season, LOL, got to do the prediction review soon. Well, what I'm going to do, known, is the fan calling show Talk Your Ish, because the season starts. I've got it here. So, Tuesday, the 15th of April, playoff start. So, Monday, the 14th, that Talk Your Ish will be an NBA preview. NBA predictions, I should say. So, it'll be NBA playoff predictions. People can call in, and I'm going to write down everybody's predictions. So, for the play-ins, for the playoffs, the play-ins start Tuesday, the 15th. So, we're going to get everyone's play-ins predictions, everyone's playoffs predictions, all the way to the Western Conference Finals, Eastern Conference Finals, and Finals as well. Same way I did for the Premier League. Like, I got everyone's written down here. Everyone's predictions. Some of the predictions were mad. I'm not going to lie. I was looking through this and I was like, damn, some of the predictions was a bit crazy. I got Vodge, Arab King, Don C, Sai, A Kevin, Dots, Daryl, King's Football Show, King from Yorkshire, Patrick Chelsea, LJ, Mohammed from Malaysia, Matthew, Jesters, Ralph, Barrio, Taz, Keke Letso, that Scrub Hano, Capo as well. And then to revitalize, King did some more. So did they Kevin, Cider Scrub, Don C, Arab King, Hano. This was September. So this is after international break. Barrio, Jared, Picture Perfect Pod, Matthew, Guerra. That's CP. CP. Veta, Steve, Jez, Taza, Prime, Fat. Yeah, man. For real, some of these were outrageous. Some of these were absolutely outrageous. Some of them were accurate, though. Some of them were accurate. I can't lie. Some of them were good. See what else you lot saying. Warrior J says, would you take the lap in your squad next season for a squad player? I like the lap from what I've watched. He wouldn't be my first choice, but if we were to sign him, it's all about price point. That's where I'm at. That's my thought process with most players. I'll take, if you're a good player, I want to see you at the team, but it's all about price point. If you're saying, if you're saying 70, 80, 90 million, no. 60 million, no. But if you're saying 50 million, 40 million, 30 million, yes. Manchester United need to be smart with their recruitment in terms of price. Same way we got Dorgu for 25 million. If we would have signed Dorgu for 60 million, I'm looking at it funny. 25, same way we signed Heaven for $1 million. If we would have signed Heaven for 70 million, whole different conversation. Signed Mads for 12. We would have signed Mads for 60, I would have been like. Same way Delit, I believe, was 40. We would have signed Delit for 90, whole different conversation. So yeah, it's all about price point for me. All Chelsea goal scorers have returned. Jackson, Nonny, and Palmer. Yeah, you lot got to play. Yeah, you lot got players back. You're gonna buy them. Predictions. Premier League predictions, Prime. At the start of the season, that. So some of them was just after the international break. No, after the window closed, so like the 9th of September. And then some of them were before like early August. The Rocket slander was crazy. LOL in that stream. All love. You talking about the Courtside Commentary podcast, right? Yeah. I bet it was. Actually, I got that too. Let me see. Did anyone have them? Because I'm going to do a Courtside Commentary after that as well. I got that too. Hold on. Let's see. Did anyone have the Rockets? And let's see what happened. But we got underachievers, overachievers. Nah, no one had the Rockets. I can't lie. Nah, Eli did. He had the Rockets as overachievers. So Eli backed you. Eli backed you. But there'll be a Courtside Commentary podcast coming up. What's this? Ange Postecoglou has lost all 3 of his Premier League meetings with Chelsea, the only side he's faced without yet picking up a point in the competition. He could become the first ever Spurs manager to lose his first 4 league games against Chelsea. Damn. Yo, they're going to riot. They are going to absolutely... How has he still got a job? How? I'm looking here. These men are sat 14th, 10 wins, 4 draws, 15 losses. Damn, how does he still have a job? It can't just be the Europa League. And it's not like he's new like Cameron. How? I don't understand. Can someone explain that to me? How has he still got a job? Someone please explain that to me. Because I don't get it. I'm lost. Wild. Absolutely wild. See what else you lot are saying as well. Just scrolling through. Run up the likes as well. Run up the likes, man. Girls up to 20 likes. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you share out across our socials as well. Get your questions in. Levy doesn't have the ball to sack Postecoglou, but Levy sacked everybody. Who's Levy not sacked? Man sacked Conte. Man sacked Mourinho. They are managers with much big reputations, number 1. And number 2, managers who are doing much better than Ange. So why would you not? Man sacked Mourinho before a cup final. Sacked Conte, who, yes, both of those 2 managers were doing bad there, but it wasn't 14th. It wasn't 14th. And actually, even if Spurs win today, they won't go above us, so that's cool. That works. Yeah, it's crazy. What is surprised you in the Premier League this season? Your 3 underrated players this season. What surprised me in the Premier League this season? Forest form, that's definitely been the biggest surprise. Someone would have said Forest would be 3rd with 8 games to go and 6 points clear of Manchester City. I would have been like, not a chance. Right at 6 points clear of Manchester City. Let's hope. I'm hoping Newcastle can overtake Manchester City. When did Newcastle play? I need City outside the top 5, so I need Chelsea to get their shit together. I really do. I need a Chelsea win today. Because if Chelsea win today, they overtake Manchester City, and we need that. And then Newcastle to get that dub and get over City. Hopefully we can do something against City. But yeah, surprised me most in the Premier League this season. Definitely Forest form. 3 underrated players this season. All I mentioned is yesterday, Ola Aina. I thought he was good last season, to be honest. So I'm not just doing the club results-based bias, sorry. So Aina. Rodgers. I think Morgan Rodgers is supremely underrated. As much as he's getting his plaudits, he's quality. He is top quality. He really is. Rodgers. And who's third? Underrated. Who is third? Let me have a look. Because Belieber, I think, gets his plaudits. Underrated. You know what, Semenyo? Because I don't rate Bournemouth's attack. I really don't rate their attackers like that. Like Cliver, Ataro. Who else? Who else they got? Like them Bournemouth, I don't rate highly like that. I think he's the standout for them. Like you take him out, they'll suffer like a hell of a lot. Like if you take him out. Like Evan Nielsen, Cliver, Atara, Scott. I don't rate their attackers highly like that. I really, really don't. Probably Semenyo. I would say. I would say so. Yeah, he hasn't been good the last couple of games. Now, I think Tielemans gets his plaudits still. I think Tielemans gets his plaudits. I do. I think he does. Flawless, if Nuno wins the FA Cup and gets top 4, surely he's Premier League manager of the season. Nah. No. It'd be slot because he's coming and won the Premier League in his first season, which trumps that to me. If you win the Premier League in the first season, you're manager of the season. I don't think that can be trumped unless another manager wins the Champions League and a domestic and finishes second. Then it's up for debate. Big up H every single time. Yeah, Warrior J, we all had Forest in the relegation zone before the season started, or battling relegation, I should say. So what they've done is incredible. And you can only prop up Nuno and the players. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Caught me by surprise. I thought they would fall off. Palmer or Saka, please answer. For what? One's a 10 and one's a striker. So what are you asking me? If I need a 10, I'm taking Palmer. If I need a right winger, I'm playing Saka. I've debated this before. The only reason it's a debate is because they're both English. Because if I asked you who's better out, Odegaard and Neto, you'd look at me like I'm crazy. Because why are we comparing 10s to wingers? Palmer is a number 10. Compare number 10 to number 10s. Compare right wingers to right wingers. Yeah, I rated him last season. When I was watching, even though they were struggling, I was like, I can't remember who they played. Was it City? It might have been Chelsea or City or something like that. Olaine has been a baller, bro. He's mashing work at Torino, and I want him at Chelsea before he joined Forest. Yeah, I hear you, man. He's cold. As a footballer, in what sense? Goal score. You got to be more specific to Hussein. You got to be more. What does this mean? Is this a goal scorer? Is this technical? Is this physical? Is this mental? Is it adaptability? You got to be more specific with your questions. Big up, Dunsey. Every single time. Big up. Big up, Catalan. Says Forest getting top 4 while Slot's win the Premier League. Slot deserves manager of the year. Absolutely. If you win the Premier League in your first season, unless somebody else does something absolutely incredible, like practice, you have to win the Champions League. That's the only thing that matches it. And then again, it's Premier League player. It's Premier League manager of the season. Now, if you're just saying manager of the season overall, that's a different conversation. But the only way you can match it is by winning the Champions League, which Forest can't. But Nuno definitely would be second. Definitely. He's second now. Second now. Without that. If he finishes top 4, you don't even have to finish second. If he finishes top 4, he's second. Don't even have to win the FA Cup. Don't even have to win the FA Cup. Because he's done an absolute incredible job this season. Absolute incredible job. See what else you lot are saying as well. We go back to one of Prime's comments. Sorry, Prime. Continue to get your questions in. If you're a member of the channel, your question takes priority like a super chat as well, people. So you lot be asking some good questions. I actually have to think. I can't just respond off the top of my dome, to be honest. Chelsea have lost just one of their last 12 Premier League games against Spurs, winning 9, drawing 2, winning the last 3 in a row by an aggregate score of 10-4. Wow. Damn. Yeah, they going absolutely batter these, man. They going batter these, man. Hey, Keke, let's all big up, man. Hope you're good. Flawless Slot winning the Premier League in his first season. Where will you rank him? Where managers win titles in their first season. Who else has done it? Conte, Mourinho, Wenger, but it wasn't Wenger's first full season. It's just Conte, Mourinho, right? Is there anyone else? If I'm missing someone, please let me know. Please let me know. I feel like I'm missing someone out. Conte did it. Mourinho did it. That was it. Now, Ranieri wasn't his first full season. Ranieri did it. What? Leicester. It was his first full season. Really? Why did I think he was there beforehand? But then again, he's managed in the Premier League before, so it's kind of unfair. I forgot about Ancelotti. That Madrid team was cold. That Madrid team was fire. Not Madrid team. That Chelsea team. That was the one that was like breaking records in terms of goal scoring. That man were putting 5s and 6s past everybody at one point. Yeah. Where would I rate him? Yeah, he's not better than any of those. He's 5th. Probably put Jose 1. Ancelotti 2. Wow, Ranieri, that is cold. Yeah, Jose 1. Ranieri, because what Jose did was incredible. Ranieri 2, Ancelotti 3, Slot 4. In terms of first season, that's what I'd say. Yeah, there you go. There's your 4. There you go, Si. I think you asked me, was it a 2-part question? No, it wasn't. Stand corrected. Between Barcelona and Real Madrid, which team do you think wins La Liga? You know what? I got a feeling that Barca are going to do it, because Madrid are just not convincing like that. I can see. Here's what I think will happen. I think currently, and this could change because it's so close. I think Barcelona win La Liga and Real Madrid pick up the Champions League and Copa del Rey. There's literally 3 points between the two of them now at the top of the league. Yeah, that's what I think it will be. I think Barcelona win La Liga. Because I'm looking there. Who've they got? Did they play Real Madrid again? Yeah, they play them. It's supposed to be, well, it's the 11th of May, but it's to be decided. And they play Copa del Rey 26th of April. Yeah. Yeah. I'd say. Yeah. There you go. Barca been cooking all season. Barca have been. In my opinion, I think El Clasico in the Liga decides who wins it. We'll be there for that. We will be there for that, people. And does anyone know? Does anyone know what time the Copa del Rey final will be? Because they're still saying TBD. But I'm guessing it'll be like 8 p.m. UK time. That was the Chelsea team where Drogba was top scorer, even though he went off to AFCON midway through. Yeah, it was crazy. Big up Vodge as well. If Nottingham Forest get good players for the summer, you reckon they could have a chance of winning the Premier League next season? No. I don't think they'll invest enough. Nah. Slot over Conte. In regards to the first season, yes. I think Conte's season was much more impressive because of the way he turned it around. So, yeah, I would say so. I'd say Conte's. Yeah, it's April 26th, but the time's still yet to be decided. Question, please, Flawless. What do you think of me saying that the club shouldn't sell Gabriel for 100 million to Saudi clubs this summer because we won't replace him right, in my honest opinion? You want to keep your better players. So you don't want a Trent situation. Sign him up to, you want to sign him up to, what's the word I'm looking for? You want to sign him up to a new deal so you don't lose him. You want to keep Gabriel. That's a player you want to build around. You got him, Saliba, Rayo. That's like a solid trio. And then you want to build upon that. So, yeah, I wouldn't want to sell him for 100 million because replacing him is going to be very tough. Very, very, very tough. Very tough. It's easy for us to identify what we don't like about the modern day game, but is there anything you do like? The thing is, though, okay, let's up. I just made you a mod. I do like the modern day game. I'm not against it. It's not as good as it once was like football, but I'm not against it. Not in the slightest. Because I think you're seeing a better level of managers and a better level of coaches than we've ever seen before. That's what I will say. And if you look at managers managing outside of the big side, you've got some quality managers. Like Unai Emery, for example. So he's a very good manager. He's a B-level manager, but that next level below, he's right up there. Man's won, what, 3 Europa Leagues? 4 Europa? I literally checked this yesterday. But he won like 3 to 4 Europa Leagues? Something like that. Like, helped Villarreal reach a Champions League semi-final. Look at what he's currently doing with Villa. So, yeah, with the modern game, I do. I also like the pace the game is played at. The pace is electric, like at the top level. Like, I love the way the game is played. Like, I love the way. I've not liked watching teams outside of the big six as much as I have done in the past couple seasons. So, like Villa, Newcastle, Bournemouth, like those 3 in particular. Like, I will go out of my way when I'm doing my schedule to go, all right, who are Villa playing? All right, let me watch Villa. Or Newcastle, who they playing? Or Bournemouth, for example. Those 3, because the pace they play, and not only do they play at a very good pace, they got very, very good players. To a lesser extent, Bournemouth and Brighton as well. Not as much as the 3 I just mentioned, but Brighton are a good watch. They have some very good players. So that's one thing that I do like in the modern day game. Is Kenke Lecter, I thought you already was, otherwise I would have done mudded you. You're my G, you know that. So I was like, all right, you're not mudded, let me mud you right now. So yeah, and you obviously ask good questions like this as well. So I do like modern day game in regards to that. Like I said, Newcastle, Villa, and I literally just forgot. Newcastle, Villa, those 2 in particular. Really, really like watching Newcastle and Villa. They're very, very, very good to watch. And like I said, lesser extent, you've got Brighton, you've got Bournemouth, you've got Brentford, for example. So that's what I'd say. But the pace of the game is crazy. Let's see what else you lot are saying. I appreciate the Trust Flawless face too. Is becoming a member. Whenever you're ready, man. Yo, just all I need you to do, KK, let's all keep watching, hitting the like button on all the videos. That's it, man. That's all I ask, man. Anything else is bonus. So I appreciate you for real. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know you said you want to rebuild in every position, but which position you think needs less rebuilding at Manchester United? Or AJ, you really be paying attention to what I be saying because you lot be making me think. Good questions. This ain't a criticism, by the way. I'm just can't just fire back. Centre backs. That's the one position in the team I look at and I go, okay, there's enough quality and quantity there because you got Maz, you got Delit, you got Heaven, you got Euro, you got Dalot who could play there, and there's probably another youngster. Like that 5 is okay. You got Martinez as well. So you got Martinez, Heaven, left-sided centre-backs, Euro and Maz, right-sided centre-backs, Delit as the central centre-back. Of course, well, Lindelof and Maguire might leave, but Euro can play left-sided centre-back. Maz can play left-sided centre-back. Dalot can play right-sided centre-back. So that's what it is. Maybe Euro goes as a central centre-back, which is what I'd like to see him do. So definitely centre-back area is something that I look at. As much as I want us to sign another left-sided centre-back, left-footed centre-back, I don't trust Martinez. And I just want to don't want to throw Heaven in the mix. Big up Flawless. Big up, man. Big up Logic. Yes, hopefully it is a Barca Madrid final. Hopefully. I want to see El Clasico. That's what we want. El Clasico Champions League final. El Clasico in the Copa del Rey, that's confirmed. And then they play each other in the league. Let's run it. Let's run it. I said, nah, Champions League is Villa, really. I do want to see Real Madrid Villa. That's going to be good. Keke Letso says management is also at another level this era. Man like Martin O'Neill were rated back then, they would die now. Point. And he was. Like Martin O'Neill, ironically, was at Villa. Look at Martin O'Neill's level. You actually think was a good manager at that time, and look at Emery. Managers expressing themselves, want to play out from the back, etc., etc. I agree, managers are now revered more than ever right now. High-level technical ability is second fiddle to players who are more willing to execute instructions to the letter. I hear you, Chinlu. Trust me, I hear that. It's a mix. In your opinion, who's the bigger club, Chelsea or Arsenal? Chelsea. Chelsea have a trophy that Arsenal don't have twice. They're the bigger club, without question. Hansi Flick on winning all titles. I'm focused on the next game, but dreaming is allowed for sure. Trust. Of course he gonna dream. They on for it. Barcelona on for a treble. Real Madrid on for a treble. They gonna go for it. They gonna go for it. Flawless. Milk Luther King killed me when I heard it on back again. I even clipped it and edited it. That wasn't me. Shout out to the chat. When you like to hear me say stuff about being a snow bunny and all the different phrases, 90% of them ain't me. Months came up with a couple. LJ, I know he's not here. He came up with one. Shout out to LJ Brown, who's in the chat. And then the chat came up with more. Because I don't have the chat up on back again. They lot told. Someone said, whoever it was, salute to you, said Milk Luther King in the chat. And I was like, that's good. Like Month said Cravendale Consumer. The Calcium Connoisseur was somebody else in the chat. Winter Soldier was Months. I came up with that. If she's good snow, I must go. But that's a remix of if it ain't snowing, I ain't going. What else? Trying to think. Mr. Plow was me. Well, Sub-Zero again, that was Months as well. So yeah, most of them is just the chat. I know the chat gonna come up with more. So I'm just like, all right, let me just lean into the gimmick. But big up, man. And again, Clips channel, you lot, I've just been mad busy. That's why I'm not even updated the audio. I'm trying to sort stuff out. But obviously, I've been babysitting on uncle duties and stuff like that. But I'm back. I'm free today, so I can get stuff patterned and sorted and things of that nature. What is this? All right. Flawless, I did ask another question in regards to Ruben, please, brother. Oh, what was it? 1 second. I'll scroll up now. If I miss your question, in particular, if you're a member or a mod, I'll get to it. My apologies. But sometimes by answering a question, the chat will move up. Let me see. Hey, just ask it again, AJB. Just type it again and I got you. I'll get to it. Or is it this? No, that's the £100 million question about Gabriel. Oh, here we go. Flawless, should your summer go to plan, what must Ruben achieve next season? First and foremost, just better results and better performances. Scratch anything else. Forget trophies, forget league position, forget doing well in cup competitions. Forget all of that. That's all beyond. Just better performances and better results and just a more cohesive unit. Because this ain't it. Win 2 games in a row. Win 3 games in a row. Win 4 games in a row. Like just that. Concede less goals. Score more. Like let's just get back. Let's just do the basics. This is what I talk about all the time. Let's just please do the basics to a good level and then go from there. Because if we do the basics to a good level, we'll be all right. That's what Forest do. Forest do the basics really, really well. They defend. They've got, don't misunderstood, they've got some good defenders and Nuno set them up well, but they defend very well. They have a good goalkeeper, good back four, and they have industrious midfielders in front in your Andersons and Christie's, for example. And then you have a Gibbs White, who's your flair player, and then you have electricity in terms of pace with an Alanga, Cho, who can spin in behind as well. And then on top of that, you got Chris Wood, who just does basic number 9 things very well. You kick the ball long, you're gonna hold it up. He's gonna compete flick-ons. He's gonna be in the box. You don't have to worry about Cho or Alanga or one of the fullbacks crossing the ball and Chris Wood isn't there. He's going to be there. Whether he misses or not, whether he loses out on the header or the cross is cleared, he's going to be there. That's what Forest do. They do the basics very, very well. And that's not a criticism. If more teams did the basics very well, it'd be a much better team. I bang on about it all the time. Match reactions, on my watch-alongs, shows like this. I talk about do the basics. In particular, watch-alongs, pay attention to what I'm saying, people, when I say, just do the basics. This is why I'm losing my mind at times, because Manchester United don't do the basics. Don't do the basics. And enough players don't. And it drives me insane. The more difficult stuff, I'll forgive that. Playing a 40-yard crossfield pass is tough. If you overhit that, all right. But play the 5-yard pass. Just play the ball to your teammate. Basics. Play the way you're facing and play the ball to your teammate's feet with a pass. Not something where he has to control it and it's so tough to control that his second touches a tackle. Like, come on. Basics. That's what I'd say. Like showing for the ball. Tracking runners. Things of this nature. So, yeah, that's what you must do. Just get us doing the basics well. Because the system is there. See what else you lot are saying. You already know, man. Snow Bunny Magnet. They love me, the Snow Bunnies. Do you think Amorim is getting a free pass at the moment? Not with you, but with the majority of your fan base. No, I think it's split. I think some fans are on it. Because some fans are Amorim out. Some fans are Amorim out. Some have major doubt about him. And then some are in. But you know what this is? For the fans who are criticizing Amorim and want him out and don't understand why he's being backed by the managers, by the fans, you lot the same lot who backed Ten Hag. You backed Ten Hag when he was doing all this foolishness. And now you're on the flip side and now you don't like it. Because now you're seeing it on the flip side. Because you backed Ten Hag when he was doing all this foolishness and Manchester United were poor and we were in 8th, but you backed him because we won an FA Cup or we won a League Cup and all this foolishness. Now we're lower down and we're in 13th. We're probably not going to win a trophy. You're now like, oh, I don't understand why fans are backing him. Mediocrity sets in. Mediocrity is a mindset, people. It's not something you snap out of. For most people, yes, fans have their biases. So if they like a manager, they're going to give him more leeway than if they dislike a manager. But I'm saying from an overall perspective, if you accept 8th with an FA Cup, more than likely you're going to accept 13th. More than likely. If you accept Ten Hag breaking all them records he did, guess what? More than likely you're going to accept Amorim breaking records. And when I say records, bad records, I've read that thread out about Ten Hag, which was terrible. And Amorim also is breaking records now. All of these records. But if you accept one manager breaking records, guess what? Most people are going to be accepting of others breaking records. So when I was like going against the Ten Hag inners and saying this isn't acceptable, now people who are like, Amorim's doing bad. All the things Amorim's being criticized for, I criticize Ten Hag for. So for people who back Ten Hag, you deserve it. Deserve it. 100%. Because bias and all this foolishness. That's what it is. And guess what? For the people who are strongly backing Amorim, if he then gets sacked and the manager comes in and let's say he's 14th, 15th, and he's breaking records, that core group is going to back him as well. Just saying. Also, Florida, since this is a sports Q&A, I have to ask this, please, have you decided which NBA team are you going to support yet? No, because I need a reason to, AJB. I can't just pick a team. There has to be some emotional attachment to said team. I got to pick a team. I can't just pick a team. For what reason? If I pick a team for a player and then the player leaves, I'm gonna have no attachment to it. Obviously, I have a like for the Magic because I got family over in Orlando, but that's just a like. Like I don't. There's nothing there for me when I support. Like I support heavy. Like it's with all my heart. I have a strong emotional attachment. I have like not even emotion. I have a strong attachment. Period. Like I love Manchester United Football Club. There's no NBA team that I love. It's gotta be a reason. I can't love you for no reason. What kind of shit is this? What's your opinion on fans who are hammering him out? Do you understand where they are in that position? I do from the outside looking in. Absolutely. I've said this. If a Manchester United fan is hammering him out, I fully get it. He has given you more than enough ammunition for you to be hammering him out. The reason why I'm not and I'm hammering him out is because of the predicament he's in. But if you're hammering him out, I hear it. I'm just saying, hey, you got to turn this around next season. Like someone asked me RSV yesterday and said, what would make you turn on Amorim? And I said, if this continues. Like, do I rate Curtis Jones? Yes. I'm a fan of Curtis Jones. I think he's a good player. Personal one, flawless. How do you balance versus who you are versus who you need to be for your loved ones? I often feel happy when they're happy, but sometimes I wonder if the sacrifices are worth it. I should have played some music over this. Damn. Well, this is a good question. How do I balance who you are versus who you need to be for your loved ones? Because I'm just me. So it's not really a balance because I don't fake anything. I'm not saying you do Keke Letso or anything, but the reason why I don't have to balance anything for my loved ones, because they know who I am. They are fully understanding of who I am and what I'm like and how I show love and if I dislike you and so forth and so forth. So for instance, there's nothing that you like hear me say wild things on here constant. And those that have been watching Sarcasm City TV longer have heard me say even more wild stuff, like when we're talking about current affairs and non-footballing things. There's nothing that anybody could tell my mum that I've said on here that she would be surprised about. Nothing. She knows exactly what I'm like. She knows my sense of humor. She knows I'm a little bit crazy. So there's nothing as wild as, but for some people, their mom might be, oh my God, I can't believe my son said that. There's nothing my mom would be surprised about hearing me say when it comes to the wild stuff and the jokes and things of that nature. So yeah, back to this, when it comes to that, like you just have to be you. And I've got loved ones that I will do anything for that they know. Hence why you lot see me here all the time looking after my niece because my sister's away. So I'm here often looking after her, taking her to school, etc. Certain family members know they couldn't ask me to ask. They knows they couldn't ask me to look after their child and do this. My sister knows she can because me and my sister are close. She knows my character. Same way certain cousins know. I'm saying my pops knows. My brothers, both way. Shit, this gonna sound crazy. My dad, typical Jamaican, you know what I'm saying? Got four kids, 4 different baby moms, crazy work. But all of my brothers and sisters on my dad's side, their moms know that I would do anything for my brothers, 2 brothers or my other sister. So like, but then the certain family members who know, don't ask me because I don't fuck with you. Or ask me to do anything for you because I don't fuck with you. Like, and that's where it is. It's about being honest. As long as you don't lie, then that's where I'm at with it. Well, yeah, it was a good question. It was the question for the Q&A. But hey, Keke Leto, man, that's why you're my G. Chinlu says, for me, it's the Raptors as I have family there. I used to live there. That's fair. So I tried, because my cousin who is over there, who lives in Orlando, isn't like Magic heavy, I don't have the attachment. Like if he was like Orlando Magic through and through, I'd probably be like that. But he's just more so, okay, I want the Magic to do well, but that's it. He's a bigger Manchester United fan than he is a Magic fan. He's a bigger Orlando FC fan than he is Orlando Magic fan. Like he used to have a season ticket, not anymore. And you know, like they used to do the billboards and they put people's faces big on the, I don't know what it was on. He was a part of a campaign anyway, my cousin, for Orlando. I went on there and they had like his face, you know, like when it's the cutout. So that's what it is. So it's more so like he's Manchester United. He's Manchester United through and through. That's what that is. Nah, I'm not. I'm just saying I have affiliation for them. Yeah, man, typical. We gonna be honest. That's the stereotype of Jamaicans. This is what it is. Got 4 kids, 4 different baby moms. Like, come on, man. Come on, pops. You had to just hit the stereotype like that. Like, for real. It's mad. Flawless being a fun uncle makes him that much more impressive. Appreciate it, man. Love, man. I can't lie. Respect your authenticity so much, my G. It's on some aura thing. Hey, I love for that Keke Leto, man. I'm just like I said, I'm just honest. And sometimes it's to a fault. People won't like it. People are like, oh, you shouldn't like turn your back on family. Fuck that. Just because we share the same surname or same blood doesn't mean I have to fuck with you if I don't like you and I think you're a dick. Simple as that. Say this all the time. I got certain family members I do not fuck with. Don't ask me for nothing. Don't ring my phone. Don't message me. If you see me at a function, it's not a beef thing. Say hello and just keep it stepping. You can go talk to my mom. Hello, how you doing? Are you okay? Okay. Hello, are you okay? Francis, 1 second. Right. But yeah, don't see, but that's it, because you're saying this. Family are the biggest, but I bet you got family members that you love to death that you do anything for, and that would do anything for you. That could call you right now in an emergency, and you go, "All right, I'm there. What do you need?" You get what I'm saying? Type of thing. Like that's what it is. That's what it is. Flawless for you. Who's the most disrespected Manchester United great? That's a good question. For me, Andy Cole. Clearly, Andy Cole. Because when we start talking about enough people, when we start talking about best Manchester United strikers, he's the second highest goal scorer and took 1 penalty. Won 5, 6 Premier Leagues, was a part of a treble, part of three-peats, doubles. What are we talking about? The class of 92, he was there for that, even though he wasn't a part of the class of 92. What are we talking about? Andy Cole. I think he was caught offside like 25 times in his United career. It was something crazy like that. Bear in mind, he played for us for 6, 7 seasons. Andy Cole, without doubt. Andy Cole. Without doubt. It's Andy Cole to me. That's what I'd say. Yeah, H. See, Dante knows. That's why he's laughing, because he's Jamaican. He knows. It's either his pops or his uncle, one of his uncles is on that. You know, 100%. 100%. It's like, come on, pops, man. You had to play the stereotype like that. It's like, for real. But shout out my pops, though. The most disrespected Manchester United great, Carrick, for me, in my opinion, he's the most disrespected player in Prem history. That's a big statement. Most disrespected player in Prem history. It's a big statement. But I think he gets his plaudits now after. I think he gets his plaudits. I think now. I didn't respect him at first, and not so much when he was at Manchester United. But secondly, now, I give him his plaudits. 100%. Give him his plaudits. Let's see what else you lot are saying. Bear with me, you lot. Oh, never mind. Thank you. Where else are you at? What is your favorite memory from you playing, even if it's just Sunday League? Worst memory. Worst memory, losing cup final. We lost a couple cup finals. Best memory, winning the league and getting player of the season. And I got player of the season. We won the Liga at Cantor. I got player of the season. Probably the best season I've ever played. So that's what that is. And then so a couple goals I scored, actually. No, one of my assists I played with the left foot in between a centre back and a full back. I think I tweeted about it. I think I said, yeah, I'm retiring because I'm never having a better moment than that. And then there's a couple goals I scored. One in the season I mentioned, I was on AstroTurf. I went past like 3 players. Went past 3 players and scored bottom bins. And then there was one I scored a left-footed shot from the edge of the area. And obviously I'm right-footed as well. So they're the moments. Of course, goals without saying favorite memory ever playing. Man mentioned playing at the Molineux, of course. But that's just on a whole. That wasn't a moment. But yeah, playing at Molineux was crazy. Loved it playing at the Molineux. It was mad. It was mad. I'm a DM. 11 aside. Play on my 6. I'm a 6. I'm a 6. 100%. See, but you lot, those are some good questions, man. Continue to run up the likes. Girls up to 40 likes, people. Girls up to 40 likes. Hit the subscribe button as well. Notification bell too. So that's what I'd say. Overall, obviously playing at the Molyneux, you can't forget that. But that moments there, getting players player of the season, winning the league that season, great strike with my left foot up from the edge of the area. The one where I said I danced past 2-3 players and scored, and then getting players player of the season that season as well. Let's see what else you are saying. Hey, don't see what you mean. Did he play at the Spurs? Less of that. All right, that's the best stadium in London. What we talking about? Better than Wembley, friggin' the Emirates. There's shit be leaking. The Lego Stadium, which is the bridge. What else? You got Craven Cottage, is a cottage. Palace, no one cares for. Who else? It's the best stadium in London. What we talking about? What are we doing here? What are we doing? This is it, Keke Letso. Carrick was the first of his kind. Because before that, that type of midfielder wasn't really around. Bear in mind, he took over from Keane, who was my favorite player, still one of my favorite players to this day, favorite captain, and his game was completely different. You know what I'm saying? It was aggressive. It was aggressive. Just have some water for the time being. I'll go get some. When did you feel United was in the decline? Yeah, I never wanted to accept that we was in the decline, but probably when did it dawn on me we're no longer it? Probably Mourinho. That's when it's like, yeah, we're not longer it. So probably Mourinho. Probably lied to myself. Had that hope that I didn't want boys, so I wrote off the Moyes season already. Wrote that off completely. Van Gaal, I thought, okay, let's give Van Gaal a try. I was like, let me give Van Gaal a try. That's what I'd say. So I thought it's hello. Yeah. But yeah, in regard to the decline, Mourinho, because Moyes I didn't want. Van Gaal I was 50-50 on, like, I wasn't against it, but I was like, okay, let's see this play out. But Mourinho was the one I really wanted. But I didn't accept that Mourinho was washed. And then when that happened, I was like, yeah, we're not it, man. We're not it. Still believe we could do anything. Most impressive individual player performance, one game you ever saw. Ronaldinho versus Real Madrid in when he got clapped off when Barcelona won 3-0 at the Bernabeu. I believe it was 06. Let me double check that. I believe it was 06, but easily the most impressive performance I've ever seen, without doubt. Easy, comfortably. Let me have a look. Let me have a look here. Was it a 3-0? Yeah, 2005, 2006. Outrageous. Ronaldinho. Was it 04? Whatever year it was. Nah, it was, I'm looking here. Wait. Nah, it was 05, 06. Was it 05, 06? Yeah, the day Ronaldinho was applauded by Real Madrid fans. Him and Ronaldo on one. There it is. What was it? Love it. Flawless, can I please ask what make people say in the role of captain is dying? Because that character is dying. So people think captain and goal, you must lead violently and kiss the badge and die for the badge and close down and tackle and get your shorts dirty and pump up the crowd and go and fight the opposition. That player don't exist no more. There's different captains. I say this all the time. You have captains who are vocal, like the ones I just mentioned, who will be shouting instructions and barking at people and making sure people are on point. Then you have the captain who leads by example and just does everything to a high standard. And it's like, I don't have to say anything. You follow my lead. And then you have a captain who's a cross of both. So for instance, Roy Keane was a cross of both. People think about him as a passion merchant. Nonsense. Was he very passionate? Was he very aggressive? Yes, but he could play. Like, his passing is supremely underrated. Like, people talk about progressive passing and passing through the lines. Keane did that very well. And the pace on the ball. And not only did he do, when I spoke about the basics, he did the basics very well. Did the basics extremely well. And he expects everybody else to follow suit. And if you fell short, he'd be on your case about that. Yeah, accepting that. Like, hey, passing the ball. He's not saying, hey, play a 60-yard pass. That wasn't Keane's game. If you can do that, cool. Scholes could do that, for example. There's talented players who could do certain things, but Playing at a quick pace, everyone can do. Playing the risky pass, everyone can do. Playing the ball through the lines, everyone can do. If you can't, you shouldn't be at Manchester United Football Club in particular at that time. That tells you all you need to know. Tells you all you need to know. Hey, big up to Charlie, man. You lot, make sure you subscribe to No Filter FC as well. Big up to No Filter FC. So that's what it is. Like certain, like I've captained my teams before. I am not 11. That's the strange thing. I am not a really, really vocal leader. Am I? No, I'm not. I'm more a lead by example. I'm not really gonna shout at you and stuff like that. I'll give you instructions. That's 11 aside, but come to 5 aside or pro clubs, I'm both. But 11 aside, there's too much going on to the point where it's like, all right, let me just lead by example. I'm really more of a, yeah, that's what I'd say. I don't really back 11 aside. I don't really say too much, to be honest. And I've captain teams, I'm more a lead by example type. And I intervene where I need to intervene and say what I need to say. Whether it's as Victor, we played 5 aside. I don't show up. And I won't even quote the captain, but I don't. I'm the one who's backing the eye, do this. Hey, you go there, you go there. Hey, goalkeeper, play the ball into him straight ISO. So we did 5 aside. We ISO'd with the best player, which wasn't me. And this is how you know, like, I'm all about winning because we have one of the players who was Victor's boy. He's the best player on the team, the best attacking player. Let's get the ball to him, isolate. So Victor and it was 5 aside. So Victor and the other guy who was playing, they went to the corners, far end of the pitch. This is with our goalkeeper with the ball. 2 far, so they're the far end of the pitch. I've dropped in to one corner. So then Denzel is called, shout out to Denzel. He's ISO. I kept saying, hey, goalkeeper, play him 1-on-1. Straight barbecue chicken alert. I could have easily did that and did me. Nah. Did it to me. Nah, not in the slightest. See what else you lot are saying as well. Fairs for the Ronaldinho performance for me was Zidane versus Brazil World Cup semi. That's the game I was thinking of yesterday when someone asked the Zidane game. So yeah, I'd say that was also up there. Considering what's gone down this season, where do you need Amorim to finish next season to keep his job, particularly if you don't win Europa? What does he need to? Again, it's a mixed question. You know why? Because I don't want to finish 6th and the football is terrible. I don't want to finish 4th and the football is not sustainable and it's awful. Not in the slightest. But bare minimum, he needs to finish top 8, first and foremost. Bare minimum, he needs to finish top 8. And everything has to be better. We have to be a competent unit. We have to be better defensively. We have to be better offensively. Individuals have to be better. We have to get better results. We got to get off this 2-game challenge and win 2, 3, 4 games in a row. Everything's got to be better. Because I don't want to finish. If we finish 3rd, but it's terrible, I'm going to be very annoyed. Let's say we finish 3rd next season, but it looks like this. But we're just slightly better defensively and we scumbag wins. Pissed. You're going to be absolutely livid. Whereas I'll take not being 3rd and being 6th, 7th. If the football is better and go, oh, this is sustainable. And once we get better players, we'll elevate again. So that's what I'd say. Yeah. Let's see what else you lot are saying. Man said, big up Charlie. I look forward to your review of the Spurs loss later. You're a joke, man. Hey, let me know who's live, though, people. Let me know who's live, and we're going to redirect to someone as well. Please run up the likes, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you follow on Spotify. If you're watching this video on Spotify or you're listening to the audio on Spotify afterwards, please hit the follow button, 5 stars. Everyone who uses Spotify who's watching this live on YouTube or watching this back, go to Spotify. I know a lot. I see the Spotify wrapped up at the end of the year. Go to Spotify, type in Sarcasm City TV, follow us, 5 stars. Same with iTunes, Apple Podcast. All you iPhone users, go 5 stars. But hit the like button, subscribe here to the YouTube channel. We'll be live on the playback for the Chelsea versus Tottenham Hotspur game, people. We'll be over there, www.playback.tv/Sarcasm City TV. That's www.playback.tv/Sarcasm City TV. Or just download the Playback app from your app store, because you're going to get all of the Premier League watch-alongs over the weekend as well on there, people. La Liga watch-alongs as well, galore. All of that over there, people. All of that. So, for instance, we'll be starting on Saturday. You'll get the Everton-Arsenal game, for example. And then you'll get Real Madrid. I believe they're playing. Is it Legans? Is that how you pronounce it? Is it Legans? Yeah. Wait, I tell a lie. It's not Legans. So it's Everton, Arsenal, Real Madrid, Valencia, Villa Forest, Barcelona, Real Betis. That's just Saturday, people. So you're getting 2 Premier League watch-alongs, you're getting 2 La Liga watch-alongs. That's just Saturday. Then, of course, Sunday, you'll get the Brentford versus Chelsea game, another London derby, and then you'll get the Manchester derby as well, people. Yes. As Chelsea fan, 1 game a week is so bad an idea. Do you think fans would be patient if it happens? What brings patience for fans, Melo, is winning. If you win, fans are cool. But I think 1 game a week is supremely overrated. That's what I'd say. I think 1 game a week is supremely overrated. But here we are. But who's live? Is anyone live, you lot? If not, I'm just going to send you lot to pro clubs. There's nobody live. Let me know in the chat quickly, please. LOL. Flawless Prime's edit of you is hilarious. Cravendale consumer. I'm going to go watch it after this. Yeah, Mello. Winning cures pretty much all. Winning shuts up 99.9% of fans. If your team is winning and playing well, most fans don't have anything to complain about. You get the odd one because they just want to be miserable and be different or be a contrarian. But when Chelsea were flying, no one were talking about nothing. No one were talking about the owners. No one were talking about the directors. No one were talking about having to move from the bridge and all this stuff. All that type of stuff. All right, if Lewis is live in 30, we'll do redirect to Lewis then. We'll redirect to Lewis. Let's see what it is. We have a look here. We have a look. Surprised no one's live. What's going on? Yeah, let's go. All right, let's go. Wait, where's Lewis live? Oh, the Chelsea Tottenham game. Oh, he's live 6:15. All right, we're gonna send you lot over there. But big up to all the members, big up all the mods, big up all the regulars, big up all the new people, everyone supporting. Much, much, much appreciated, man, for real. Really, really do. So much love. Did I miss any questions? I think I got to all the members' questions. I did. Link for the membership is in the pinned comment as well. I'll give you lot a couple more minutes to get any final questions in. Mohammed out here trolling. Said I thought Garnacho played well. Take him then. You think that's a good game? Take him. You can have him. He's all yours. He's all yours. Take him. Have him. Oh yeah, I believe that is it. I believe that's it. Again, let me just remind you lot one more time. Of course, Chelsea versus Tottenham live on the Sarcasm City TV playback. Then following that, probably 11 p.m. EAFC 25 Pro Clubs people. There'll be a Pro Club stream here on the YouTube and on the playback as well. I believe we're in like Division 3 to get to Division 2 or Division 1. And Prime's played with me on Pro Club, so he knows what I'm like because he mentioned it earlier. I can't find the comment again, but he mentioned something about it. If we're playing, like, obviously I was in Mike's team. I'm a little bit more. I'm a little bit more just lead by example when I'm in someone else's team. But when I'm in vocals, I'm much more vocal. I'm trying to win. You know what I'm saying? Man said regular shout out to Hunai Henry. But big up, love to everyone that's locked in. Put Sarcasm City TV raid in Lewis's chat. And this has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, a Sarcasm City Sports Q&A solo edition live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning